What is going on, everyone? And welcome to Rec Talk. Man, the news just keeps on hitting. I don't usually post daily, like a video daily, but has there ever been this much college football news that has just come out? And not just news, but verifiably ignorant things that college football teams are doing. And I'll just go ahead and say it. The absolute pussification of all of college football has commenced. It has commenced. There's no more men anymore. Where did they go? Where are they at? There's one in this truck, and then it's hard to find another one, isn't it? We'll get into that in a second, though. Bill Belichick confirmed has had his introductory press conference today. And I said, leading up then, I made my case for why I think this is a dumb hire. It is a dumb hire. But I said, you better not be paying him like more than $8 million a year. They're paying Bill Belichick. He signed to a 3-year deal for $30 million. So a guy that no one wanted, no one was willing to give the time of day to, you're paying. North Carolina is such an idiotic program. If you're a North Carolina fan, you have to defend this in the way that Tech fans had to defend Jeff Collins, who you stupidly hired. You just can't stop making ignorant coaching hires. It's not just you. We'll talk about that too. It's an ACC thing, unfortunately. You're paying him top 5% like coach pay. For $10 million a year, you should get a proven winner head coach with a track record of top 15 or better recruiting. Bare minimum for $10 million a year. What is North Carolina getting for $10 million a year? A guy that's so old he can fully take his Social Security out. He can take out Social Security without penalty. That's how old he is. He's also so old, you only signed him to 3 years. Why? Will he even be alive if you signed him to a 5-year contract? Who knows? Boy, that 23-year-old girlfriend of his is going to make out. There's going to be all sorts of court battles between Belichick's family and this 23-year-old honey. But that's why you only signed him to 3 years. Either that or that's all the money you had. I see some people, and I'm not talking about moronic commenters. I'm talking about, or moronic UNC fans that are defending this. Some things they're saying are right, though. It's going to be the Belichick show. This is no longer the North Carolina football team. It's the Bill Belichick football team. He's going to take complete and utter control. For $10 million a year, you're getting a guy that's never recruited a day in his life. Never recruited a day in his life. And anyone that's played for him will tell you he's going to be an awful recruiter. Bill Belichick could work out if he had a fundamental philosophical change in how he approaches players. Does that sound like Bill Belichick to you? No. Bill Belichick is who he is, right? It's embarrassing that you're paying this guy $10 million a year. You literally took a guy in Bill Belichick that, again, no one wanted, and are letting him piss down your throats. But you don't play Georgia Tech for 4 years, so we don't even get to play Bill Belichick unless we meet in the ACC title game, which that ain't happening. You can even make fun of Tech and be like, well, Tech ain't going to make an ACC title in the next 4 years. North Carolina's least likely. Again, you're recruiting 89th right now. It's not going to get any better under Belichick, which I guess now probably the other reason you signed him to 3 years is because you got your next head coach. You just hired your next 2 head coaches with his son. He makes more. Why would you just not hire Belichick's son either? That may you get the name recognition, everything. Belichick would probably come on staff, but no, Belichick's ego's too large to allow anything like that to happen. So congratulations, North Carolina. You've just guaranteed you'll be an ass program for the next decade. Hell, you're going to go at least, 1980 was the last time you won an ACC title? You're going to go 60, 70 years without. You're going to go as long without winning an ACC title as Bill Belichick is old. Think about that. Next thing, Ohio State and this flag planting thing. Now, a lot of people have made videos on this. Ohio State loses to Michigan 4 years in a row. And speaking of the pussification of college football, flag planting has been around for at least a decade. I remember, and I'm a glutton for punishment, so I'll bring this up. Mark Richt's last year playing Georgia Tech. It was at Bobby Dodd. And you know what they did when they beat us? When would that have been? 2015? 2015. So a decade ago, basically. They planted that ugly Georgia flag at center field and waved it around. You know what didn't happen? No one got in a fight. And who was even the governor at that time? Sonny Perdue, Roy Barnes, who even knows? We didn't go to the legislature and say, hey, we need to make a law against flag planting. I hope every team, well, first of all, I haven't even said it. You know what it is. Ohio is proposing a law to make it a felony to plant your flag. A felony, which I would like to know, if it's a felony, it has to come with some jail time. So you're going to jail players for winning and planting their flags. This is insane. This is something you would expect from the SEC. But again, this seems to be a college football wide thing. I mean, let's think about this for a second. Is there any other existing law by which you could address people fighting at midfield? Could you address people assaulting one another? Is there a law? Think about this. Is there a law by which you could prosecute people for assault? Assault! You could just charge them with assault. You don't even need a whole other rule. I'll probably make standalone videos for these topics when I have more time and can get back to. But someone sent me, member of the channel, shout out to Josh Pittman, police cam video of that nonsense where they pepper spray. Hey, I'm going to use pepper spray. What the F are you guys doing? First of all, using pepper spray in a situation where there's a bunch of people around you, and everyone's just kind of fighting, that's like having a hostage situation. And instead of having the sniper take the guy who's holding the maiden back, you try and get him with a shotgun. It makes less than 0 sense. But even if you're a Ohio State fan, you got to think that that's silly. Last thing, Florida State. Not only is everyone soft, Florida State can't accept the reality in front of them. Florida State can't even accept the reality they've perpetuated. This was a USA Today article where basically Florida State's like, hey, looks bad, I guess you didn't get out of the ACC. That board member or whoever for Florida State says, well, I don't know if it was their AD or a board member. He says, who said we wanted out of the ACC? Anybody? Who said we even wanted out of the ACC? If you're going to lie about something, maybe don't lie about something that there are court records documenting the opposite of what you're saying. Florida State, there's court records not only of them saying they're leaving, naming the date that they're quote unquote leaving the ACC. Absolutely wild. You know who else is paying their awful coach $10 million a year other than North Carolina? Florida State. Mike Norvell made $10 million a year this year to win 2 games. What's that, like $1.2 million a win? What is wrong with you people? Florida State acting like they never wanted out of the ACC because no one wants them, and I told you no one wants them, would be like after the Civil War, the South saying, well, who said we wanted out of the Union? Did you say we wanted out of the Union? Who the hell said we wanted out of the Union? And then you're like, well, hell, you fought a 4-year war over it. I mean, hell, like 50,000 people died at Gettysburg. What do you mean? And then their response is, well, are we still in the Union, though? Yeah, we're still in the Union. That's what Florida State said. Well, we're still in the ACC, right? So we must not have wanted out. What is wrong with college football right now? I ain't never seen nothing like this, where not only can you not accept the reality spoon-fed to you. Shut up, dude. I'm trying to record a video, Teddy Pup. I'm trying to talk shit about Florida State. Are you a Florida State fan? You better not be. Not only can you not accept the reality that's been spoon-fed you can't even accept what you yourself said. You can't even accept that. I hope Florida State goes 2-10 again. And then you can tell us how much you love the ACC still. And we should mention this too. I wasn't even going to mention this. Alabama posting, should we go to the ACC? I guess because they think we're just such a worse conference. And I actually got to put some respect on that. Y'all should be petitioning for all. That makes more sense than talking about your non-con schedule. So yeah, take the $10,000 or $10 million less that you make to be in the ACC and then come join the ACC. But hey, I don't want to hear about your non-con schedule. Again, it would just make more sense for Alabama to join the Mountain West and then take, I don't know, what is it, $30 million less more? I mean, y'all act like y'all aren't getting compensated to be in the conference that you're in. Now I see where Florida State wanted in the SEC so bad. They fit the crybaby clause. They fit the brain dead, we can't accept reality even when reality smacks us in the face with its nuts. So yeah, to conclude, UNC, you're hilarious. Thank you for paying a horrible head coach $10 million about Florida State. Florida State, no one takes you serious anymore. Florida State is like the carrot top of the ACC. Just no one cares. The whole state of Ohio, again, every team that beats Ohio State at home should plant their flag there and just make a statement. And not just one, I would print 40 flags to plant if you beat them. And then just arrest us all, I guess, and charge us with felonies. And then run it all the way to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court should hear about this. So anyways, y'all have a good one. I'll talk to you later.